Hello, friends. I'm Tasha Levon, and welcome to Restore and Invigorate for Balance, Strength, and a Happy Life. Today, the topic I really want to talk about has to do with an area of our health that we often neglect, and that is our mental well being. Mental illness is a reality for so many people. A lot of times we think mental illness looks like this or it looks like that, but the truth is, we can take a look in the mirror. It looks just like me. It looks just like you. It looks like our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our best friend. So many people struggle with some type of mental illness. And it can come in many forms. It can be anxiety, it can be depression, it can be constant fear of this or that. These are more like phobias. But there's so many different ways that mental illness can impact our lives. And I wanted to just bring out three key points that I would like all of us to just remember when it comes to mental illness. Number one, it can be anyone. It can be hereditary. It can be brought on by drug use, but a lot of times it is something that's just a chemical imbalance in someone's life. Another point is that many of us have experienced trauma. Trauma can bring on mental illness. I once went to a physician and he asked me if I had ever experienced any trauma. And I said, no, not really. And then as he began to ask me different questions about different things growing up and different life experiences, by the time we came to the end of that session, I realized I had experienced a lot of trauma. Things that I just thought were just regular everyday life, things that people go through. But there was actual trauma in there. So a lot of times trauma can be brought on. I mean, trauma can happen in our lives and mental illness can be a result of that trauma. The other thing I wanted to bring out is that when it comes to mental illness, sometimes we look at people's personalities and there are things that we are seeing that are actually mental illness manifesting, but we think it's just their personality. Whether they could seem severely shy, they could seem like someone who's always happy up and down, and then the next time you see them, they're really down in the dumps. They have these extremes in their personality. A lot of times that's bipolar disorder. Sometimes things that we perceive as just a character flaw or something like that, it could actually be that that person is dealing with a mental illness. So I would like us to, number one, just be more aware of these things and people around us and what's going on. Number one, mental illness can look like anyone. Number two, it can present itself in many different shapes and forms. And number three, um, it is something that can be brought on by trauma. And many of us have experienced trauma and didn't even realize it. So I want you to think about that today. Make your mental well being a priority. And if you have any questions, comments, please, feel free to share. And we'll be speaking on this topic again. But for now, live your best life, live a happy life, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.